Start recording. Stop recording. Button.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to do this video a year on in memory of the Grenfell Tower fire. And I have done my research, so hopefully I will get the numbers and details correct, but I apologise in advance if some of the information I've read wasn't accurate, because some sources give slightly different information. But for those of you who don't know, who don't live in England, who might not have heard about it, Grenfell was a tower in North Kensington in West London, England. On the 14th of June 2017, there was a fire that started around 5 to 1 in the morning. Well, it was in a 20... Well, one source says 20 stories, another source says 24-storey high-rise building with flats. I can't remember exactly how many, but the fire brigade was called because there was a small fire that being caused by a faulty fridge in the kitchen on the 4th floor. When the fire brigade came, they tried to they managed to put this small fire out, but as they were leaving, they noticed that the flames had got out the window and they were starting to go down the building. And it spread extremely quickly. And I think it took like about 70 fire engines altogether to try and put the fire out. And the reason it spread so quickly was because, you see, I'm making this video out of a mixture of, it is a very sad thing that happened, and a mixture of anger, because the council used a cheap cladding on the building, despite the fact that when they refurbished the building in 2016, they refused to use a cheaper fire-resistant alternative. They refused to buy a more expensive fire-resistant material and used a cheap one instead. They were warned by quite a number of people, pre-warned that something like this would happen and it would be a disaster. But they chose not to listen, and the building was not made properly fire safe. So I've heard that a lot of the alarms didn't even work. The fire extinguishers, according to my research, a lot of them had condemned written on them because they were expired, out of date, so they weren't working properly. There was one staircase which apparently, according to UK fire regulations, doesn't require that there must be more than one staircase, which is absolutely ridiculous, and especially in large buildings like this. So, there were people trying to get out. Some people died from jumping. But the fire brigade's advice was to stay put, which, if it was a fire they could have got under control, is what they would have normally advised. But in this situation, it ended up trapping a lot more people. So a lot of people went against the advice to stay put anyway. So I'm doing this video in memory because altogether I think it was 293 people survived, but 79 people died. And I can only imagine, you know, the people, and this is a memory of the people that died and also the people that are still here that are suffering from PTSD and things like that. And I can only imagine I can't even imagine how hard it must be for, you know, the firefighters. And I was watching a programme the other day about how they were trying to keep going up the stairs, and they were seeing people on the stairs, and they kept trying to get them out and rescue them, and then they kept going up and they kept finding more people, you know. So please, there is a minute's silence tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what time it is. I'm guessing it's about 11, but I'm not sure when the national silence is. But what I'm going to do is have my own silence tomorrow. So in the aftermath, a lot of the government has took down and evacuated all the buildings that had this cladding around them. I'm just making this video to, you know, show my respects.
Stop recording.
And a lot of people and firefighters and the people that were in the building that survived, etc., like, have had to receive a lot of mental health support because of suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress, for those of you who don't know what that is. I just hope that the council have actually made changes so that something like this won't happen again.